We are almost up to date. We finished all of the videos from our first try at being retired. We also made a video of our time driving to replenish the cruising kitty. The last episode was the before and after remodel and upgrades to Freya. Now we've retired again. Here's the story of our trip from the dry dock in New Bern to Lake Worth Inlet, Florida. Since we had done this trip before, we wasted no time in getting south. We became intimate with the ICW by bumping bottoms a few times in the past, and now we are very familiar with the shallow spots. Our passage was without incident. We met some new friends along the way, sailing vessel Matilda and sailing vessel Hypnautical. Earl on Hypnautical reconnected with us in Vero Beach to make the crossing to West End together.
Annie, another new friend along the way, guided our group of 3 boats as we perfect match and Island Queen as we overnighted in the Ashpool River.
We all have choices to make. So our choice is we can wake up in a truck stop with more money than we have now, or we can wake up here, have noodles for breakfast, and enjoy a day. We stopped in Beaufort, South Carolina for the $5 Dairy Queen lunch special, and 3 more days to wait for the correct weather, time, and tide for an overnight passage to St. Mary's. This would be QP's first time out in the open ocean. She was a little worried. As we were traveling down the river towards the inlet, QP was very comfortable because she's done this for a whole year now. Sailing vessel Island Queen's mast is 68 feet, and the bridge south of Beaufort is only 65 feet. As we entered the inlet, in nearly flat calm seas, QP donned her life jacket in fear. Within a few hours, the life jacket was removed, and she became comfortable again. Before all the critics go crazy insulting us, we are not suggesting that people should or should not wear life jackets. If you wish to wear one, by all means do. If you have a child on board, the choice should not be made by the child. Consider your safety and make the choice for yourself.
A lot of birds around there.
If you're wondering, QP did not catch anything in the 2 to 3 hours of daylight before bringing the rods in for the night. But she was very comfortable and happy as the sun set on her first time outside and her first night crossing. Arriving in St. Mary's the next morning was still smooth as the seas were following. As we made the turn into the inlet, the seas were on the beam and Freya rolled a little. But other than that short 30 minutes, QP's first experience was a smashing success. She also loves to pose for photos with pretty flowers in the parks. QP caught a few fish for a fish and chips dinner for all of our cruising buddies. The kids really enjoyed playing with QP's stuffed animals.
The best thing in St. Mary's was the Thanksgiving festival. The local community made the festival for the cruisers passing through. Every day we got together was a potluck, and I had the chance to taste many things other people made. I made some true Chinese egg rolls and stuffed eggplant. We met our old friends Clay and Dana from New Bern, North Carolina, on SV Swedish fish. Wow, sober people are a small group.
After eating our fill at the St. Mary's Thanksgiving Festival, we headed south again. Next stop, one of QP's favorites, In QP's mind, St. Augustine, Florida is second only to New Bern, North Carolina. She likes the old-style architecture, the artsy-fartsy feeling, and the closeness of the waterfront.
This is our second time to visit St. Augustine. I cannot stop taking photos of the beautiful old buildings. I like the color and style of the old Spanish town. We usually don't go to the tourist area, but this time Dave, on Island Queen, was our leader and he wanted to show us this area. Diane and Gary on perfect match were helping us window shop and people watch. We stopped in Dave's favorite pizza shop and had a nice lunch before heading back to our boats. Dave had to leave early the next day. We and Perfect Match planned to hang out a little bit longer.
Moving south again, we made a quick stop in Titusville for some cheap groceries at the Save-A-Lot and to say see you in the Bahamas to our cruising buddies, Perfect Match, who chose their family over us for Christmas. A bittersweet day leaving Perfect Match behind, but we were happy because in Vero Beach, we got to raft up to our old cruising buddy, Island Queen, and only one mooring away from Swedish Fish. The cruising community is truly close-knit. QP woke up every morning to the sound of crows serenading us, so she decided to sing back to the crows. Dave asked her to sing every morning at exactly 7:30 so he could wake up to music and not have to set an alarm. QP does have a nice way to wake up the mooring field.
大家早上好，今天早上我给大家唱一首彝族的民族歌曲，叫《感谢归来阿丽丽》。
One of the 56 Chinese tribes is Iju, and this is one of their folk songs. The mooring field is always full of cruisers at Vero Beach, also known as Velcro Beach because it's a cruiser's paradise. You will probably have to raft up with another boat, but the price is right, $15 a day. The bus system is convenient and free. Catch the bus in front of the boaters lounge and away you go. There are routes going anywhere you might need to go, most important, the grocery store, which is only 2 to 3 bus stops away. If you shop very fast, you can make a round trip in 1 hour. Within walking distance of the wonderful marina are tree-lined streets, houses with beautiful yards, a park, Memorial Island, the farmers market, and the beach. Just a side note, I don't have to cut grass in those beautiful yards, which are maintained by some poor soul not living on a boat. Back in the marina, many cruisers socialize, exchange information, and in our case, taught us how to use a sewing machine. Thanks, Tim and Kim on sailing vessel Athea. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. At the mooring ball, QP fell back into her old addiction again, fishing. This time she was honored with a few Christmas songs by the local kayak club. We tried to show the realities of our cruising lifestyle, so here are the only 2 downsides we found at Vero Beach. On our first trip to Vero, we did not get a single bug bite. This trip, however, QP was eaten alive by the no-see-ums. Another lady turned out to be allergic to the bites, and each bite swelled into a large blister before breaking the skin. At the beach, we did not go swimming at all because the water was too cold and we found many man-of-war jellyfish laying on the beach. bug bites and jellyfish stings, that would have been bad. Many cruisers were making their last-minute preparations for the crossing to the Bahamas. We were the same. Our old friend Earl decided to go with us, and we met for dinner to plan our crossing. The next night, our son Will and his friends stopped by with our final care package. A few tear-filled goodbyes to friends and family, and we were off to the Bahamas. We anchored in Peck Lake about halfway, then again anchored just inside the Lake Worth Inlet, prepared for the next morning's early departure. Seems like the cruise ship had a similar idea. In our next video, we make a very exciting crossing into West End, Bahamas, safely. Just to give you a heads up, don't watch if you get seasick.